Well, Ryan's calling it.
I would never do that. All right. Okay. Dr. Ryan.
Okay, Ryan.
Okay, hello.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm so sorry, but you're getting the story just wrong enough that it's driving me crazy.
Well, I was trying to paraphrase it, but not doing a very good job.
Okay, so here's the story, and I've been told this by multiple cast members. It is the official story.
Okay, go ahead.
Jean Lafitte is a man who lives in New Orleans.
Look how rude Sean's being right now.
What?
Fucking. Okay, Jean Lafitte finds a series of tunnels that send him back in time to pirate days. He goes back, becomes Captain Blood, steals all the treasure, brings it back, uses it to become rich and famous, builds the haunted mansion, marries his wife, as he keeps going back and forth through time. And that's in the beginning when you're through the skeletons. You're going through, those are the time tunnels. When you see all the skeletons and everything, you're going through time.
I didn't know time travel was part of it.
Yeah, it's all time travel. That's why you have like the spooky lights, and then like why all the weather is like crazy and then not. Is you're seeing those skeletons go from being dead skeletons back into time to pirate time. So Jean Lafitte goes back, becomes Captain Blood, becomes the most feared pirate of the Caribbean, steals all the treasure, brings it home, and as he does it more and more, he gets more ruthless, and that's what drives his wife to suicide. This is the original bride, not the axe bride, but the sad ghost bride.
Right.
She kills herself. He gets really sad, hangs himself, becomes the ghost host. That is the tied the two universes together, and you can see the original time tube in New Orleans Square. If you go down to the very bottom level, where like right where you're on the river, when you're walking down there, you can see a boarded up tunnel that says 1790 on it, because that's the era of pirates he goes back to.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Because I was gonna say the time stuff sounds a little goofy until you factor in that tunnel that says the year on it and is sealed off.
You know what? Yeah, go ahead.
And they were planning on having a tunnel also by Haunted Mansion, and you would go under it and come out in Tom Sawyer's.
Correct.
Yeah, and that kind of had an air of that.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I thought you were being sarcastic. I'm sorry.
No, for a second. No, I'm giving the benefit of a doubt.
Because to me, the time thing is fucking stupid. No offense, Ryan.
Hey, I didn't come up with it, man.
That's okay. You're right. Absolutely, you're 100% right. So this isn't to you, Ryan. Not to you.
And I have been told this story by both Casey Fox. He confirmed it, and I was originally told it by Aaron Pierce, who used to work at Disneyland.
Right.
So
okay, well then that's very possible. But my argument to these people who aren't here to talk about it is, why can't it be? Why does it have to be time? Why can't it? That's crazy.
Because he built the Haunted Mansion in the late 1800s, but he goes back to 1790 to steal the treasure.
But why could? Okay, but why couldn't he just have had that treasure and then build the mansion later? Why does it have to be?
Because it was over 100 years later. He couldn't have lived that long.
I thought you said it was the early 1800s.
No, late 1800s. Like right at the turn of the century.
What if it was his son?
No, it wasn't his son, because he was Captain Blood and he had to marry the ghost bride, and he couldn't marry the ghost bride who was over 100 because they married young.
You know what? You're right. The chat's saying time tube, Sean, and I think they're making a good point. So I hear you.
Time tubes lost me a little bit, but hey, genuinely though, that tunnel was supposed to be like you left where the mansion was and went to. You would go through a bunch of weird shit and come out at Tom Sawyer Island. If you see those sketches, it's not entirely. His time thing sounds crazy, but it's not entirely crazy if you look at that stuff.
Now,
as much as that sounds weird.
Is there a date on the Haunted Mansion or something? Is that how you know when that house was built?
Yeah, there is. Like if you listen to,
I think on some of the tombstones.
I think it's on the tombstones, and also if you listen to the record, the sounds and scares of the Haunted Mansion.
I would argue that the tombstones being there don't really indicate anything because they could be buried today.
But
that's true.
It's the best bet we have.
Right, but what I'm saying is I always thought it was a story of a captain. Now, this is how I heard the link was. This is whatever. But it was, he was doing Pirates of the Caribbean. His wife was at home in the Haunted Mansion going crazy, the fact that he was gone. And it was like the same time is kind of what I kind of always heard. Which, to me, makes more sense
That's what I thought too.
than time tubes. But, you know, I don't know.
And I would agree, but then the reason that it's time tubes is because when you make that drop, that's the actual time. Like, you know, the skeleton says, you know, dead men tell no tales.
Sure.
Then you put your hands up and then you sing Miley Cyrus because that's what you do on Pirates of the Caribbean. And then when you drop, that's you going through time.
All right.
Because think about it this way.
I thought it was
why is there a blue bayou? Because that's where the time tube is. He found it in the blue bayou in a New Orleans swamp.
Well, this is how I took it. Ready for this?
Really?
I take it as you're going through the blue bayou, and there's an old man in the rocking chair. That old man is telling you a story of what happened a long time ago, and then you go down. That old man is the narrator, and you don't even know it.
So I'm eating steak in a time warp?
Yes, you know. You're eating steak outside the entrance to the time warp.
Where does Captain EO fit in? He's like
if you take the other time tube, you go to the future where Captain EO happened.
He's Lafitte after surgery fucks him up.
No, he's the guy with the bushy eyebrows who tells Captain EO, "Do you have the map? Deliver the present."
Oh, that was Lafitte.
Yeah.
Lafitte is stored in a hologram.
Yeah, a hologram that somehow you can splash eggs onto, and then it can't see anymore, even though it's a camera.
I hate after he gets his face splattered with egg, he's going like this. Like he's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. It's too wacky.
I said it before, but that was a last-minute replacement for some other effect. And every now and then, there's a shot in Captain EO, like a wide shot, where they're all, yeah! Mm-hmm. And you could see a total different captain behind Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
like a guy in like an eggshell thing going, what? And they said it was terrible, and they just did that animation thing over, yeah.
My favorite trivia fact about Captain EO is in the very last scene where everyone's partying. One of the Red Dancers is comedian Doug Benson.
Yeah, that's actually true.
I did not know that. Did you know, you probably didn't know this, but the main queen, Angelica Houston. There, I just blew your mind. You
blew your mind. And you know what? The main singer, Michael Jackson.
you didn't know that. Hey, you know what? Hooter? Puppet.
Oh, shit.
Hooter was actually played by
R2D2.
He's in a bunch of stuff.
Willow.
No, he was in. He's a midget actor that is in a lot of stuff.
Eric the actor.
Was it Billy Barty or was that? It wasn't him.
No,
was it?
no, black dude.
Oh, I don't know then.
The guy from Bad Santa? Like that?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Hooter.
Has Captain EO ever once played? I'm talking like in the history, the run of it. Has it ever played and he gives his first line and there's not a laugh in the crowd? Because I feel like every time Michael Jackson has his first line, every single person laughs every single time. Because it's ridiculous. Like, it's the worst acting. It's the highest pitched voice.
Hooter!
And it's just like, what's his first line? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Isn't it Hooter?
No. It's like he comes up and everyone claps, always. And then he says something like, all right, guys, let's get him. Or something like that. And it's like, you got
going in.
Yeah.
We're going in.
All right, guys, we're going in. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck am I
Fix it, Hooter.
What am I watching? Everyone always laughs.
What do you think is the most, like, quotable, like, remembered line from that? Because I think it's Angelica Houston doing the, "You think me beautiful?"
Oh, it's for me, it's this Hooter. Hooter!
Yeah.
That's that.
I always think of Brian when he goes, they're going to, what is the line? They're going to drum us out of the court. The captain thinks we're a joke, or captain thinks we're the worst, but we're going to prove it to him because we're the best. And Brian would always go, which is it? And that always made me laugh.
That's funny.
You're just what's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just reading Walt Disney's final words. You're just another part of me.
That song is the Captain EO song, in my opinion. Even though it's not.
Absolutely.
But that is Captain EO 100%.
Absolutely.
That's that song.
Yeah, I love Captain EO. I think that's going to be gone pretty soon, but I loved it. Good time.
That's what it was. Sarah's got it. Now listen, the command considered us a bunch of losers, but we're going to do it right because we're the best. Which is it?
That's funny.
Not only see, Your Highness, but hear. My favorite part in all of Captain EO, not a quote, but I've said it before, I'll say it again, my favorite part in all of Captain EO is when they finally get the instruments working. No, get it working, and they're poking at the screen, whatever. No, get it working, and they finally get it working. Boosh! And he fires the energy, and it hard cuts to a close-up of Michael Jackson with this "Don't fuck with me" look.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
That gets me every time. I want to clap.
Hey, you know what cracked me up? I'm almost positive this is I'm going to quote this correctly, but it was during that last part when Hooter knocks over the piano and trying to build it back up.
Yeah.
Tommy just yells, "He fucks everything up." He just yelled it out.
My favorite quote is probably "See you later, trash cans." And he.
But there is a part. My favorite part of the whole thing is one particular guy, and he gets zapped. He's one of the bad robot things, and he gets zapped. And this guy he's in all white, and he's the most stereotypical 80s guy you've ever seen. And you only see him for that one shot. But I love him. He has black hair and just goes, and it's the best. It's fucking great.
When we went to Company D, they had a giant crate of fuzzball.
The little dude on his
dude. It was just we're getting ready.
Oh, that's cool. You get
that thing's on the way out.
How much were they?
I don't know.
It's half price, and they were under $10.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, there you go.
Yeah, also, hey, really quickly, I did have one quick last, Game Days question since we're doing Game Days night.
You got it.
Next year is 5th annual Game Days. We've grown so much. What are your plans, your goals? What do you want to grow? What do you want to add? What do you want to change? What is the future of Game Days?
I think the day at Disneyland is great. I would love. I wish there was more stuff we could do in association with the park.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was perfect this time. So I have no complaints. I wish that there was something else we could do. If we could get. Honestly, we tried, but we wanted to get restaurants to be blocked off for us because we were going to give them so many people, but they don't really do that, and I wish they could. I don't know, but I have no complaints. It was so good.
I would like to do maybe a panel that's bigger or something, but
yeah, honestly, I want to grow the day one event, but the day at Disneyland is pretty good. I can't think of more we could get.
I would almost. This is not feasible and whatever, but I would love to do a mini Game Days at California Adventure another day.
Yeah,
maybe.
But I would just like to, because I think California Adventure is cool, and I like to show people that. But
yeah. It might be interesting to do that just real briefly Saturday night or something. Because I feel like you're not spending a full day there. But I wouldn't be against seeing it Saturday night or something on Game Days or doing something that, I don't know.
I just feel that the Sunday of Game Days is so finely tuned now that it goes off without a hitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. And I thought this year we kind of broke off into groups, unintentionally, but it was kind of
it kind of needed to happen. It was just so large.
Garrett and Eric would take 40 people somewhere, and then we would go. So it kind of broke up, and I think that worked out great because, having 300 people around at all times would be. I mean, it's already a ton as what we do. We make a line. It could have no wait, and now there's gonna be a 45-minute wait because we showed up.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is. But that's cool. But I was able to do I did Winnie the Pooh with just 5 people, and that was fun. Just all little groups broke off and then met back up and then broke off again. So it was cool. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was great.
Ryan, thank you again for coming again.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be Game Days without Dr. Ryan.
I love Game Days. I look forward to it every year. Can't wait till next year.
All right.
You guys have a great night. I will talk to you later.
Goodbye, Ryan.
Take it easy.
Bye.
I'm gonna.
We sent him back down the.
I've been editing the podcast. I'm 15 minutes in already.